Here we go. Welcome to Downtown Hangout. It's been a minute, matey. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, matey. How are you on this hot day?
I'm inside a little cool place at the moment, so I haven't felt the heat yet, but I'll go for a little walk later.
Is it been boiling?
It was yesterday, yeah. I went for a walk into Morpeth yesterday, and it was really hot. I was really surprised, quite frankly, at how hot it was.
It's been like 30 odd degrees here. It's been mad.
I don't think it was.
Wedding on Saturday. Went to Tom's
Lovely
wedding.
Tom's got married.
Boiling.
Amazing.
It was boiling. I felt sorry for the guys because it was a black tie, so they were all in their DJs and dicky bows.
Oh my
So
gosh.
they were well trimmed, but it was outside as well. It was in a really nice place. It was a really nice venue in Chelsea. And then the reception was in a place called the Arding Rooms, which is in Clapham Junction. And it was actually their first wedding, and they did really well.
The venue's very first wedding. How amazing.
It's, I don't know if you know Clapham Junction, maybe from back in the day, but they were
Back in the day, matey, but that was like 25 years ago.
Yeah, I haven't really been around there much since, but down from the Clapham Grand, there was a big department store called Arding and Hobbs.
Yes.
And that's now no longer, I don't think it's a shop at all actually, but the top 3 floors are now private members club. And it's got a beautiful terrace which is overlooking, with all plants and everything, overlooking London in the distance. And they've got 2 function rooms. And I think it's only been open since earlier in the year. So it was actually their first wedding. So good on them. It was brilliant.
That's fantastic.
But it's nice. It's nice. It was so hot, but it was lovely. And Tom and Charlie is now a wife. They were staying in Battersea Power Station of the night before the night of their wedding. So Charlie, before she went to the church, had her photographs with all the bridesmaids who looked gorgeous. On top of Battersea Power Station, there's a swimming pool up there.
Yes.
So you've got the towers, the Battersea Power Station chimneys just behind them, and they're right on the top with the London behind them. So that was very cool. So
fantastic.
Nice. And then yesterday we went for the second day of the drinks at the Feeney in Chelsea, which is a very nice pub. I think George Best used to drink there heavily back in the day. I think they've done it up a bit now. It's one of those made in Chelsea kind of hangouts where they do filming, I think.
Cool. I don't know pubs in Chelsea very much, I must admit, but anywhere where George Best would hang out, I'd probably go and have a drink
nice
there.
Neighbourhood pub, because King's Road was absolutely packed, because even though the Chelsea Flower Show's finished, the shop still had a lot of the flower displays outside, so people were still, well, on the way up there they were taking photographs of because it was the last day, and on the way back later in the day everybody was just nicking all of the displays because it was all over, so people were just getting piles of flowers and just walking off with them, which I think they was allowed because they were taking them down anyway. But
So did you go to the Chelsea Flower Show? Did you go yourself? No.
No, because we were just on the way there. I kind of wanted to go back a couple of years ago, but it's just so busy now from the looks. The TV just looks like it's shoulder to shoulder. It's just...
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
And it's not cheap. It's like £107 apparently for entry.
No way. Oh my
and then
God.
it's £18 for a brochure. You don't even get a brochure in with that.
Jesus.
A map and a brochure about the events. Yeah, you're talking about 120 quid pretty much before you even start the day.
That puts me out. I'll just stay indoors and play with AI. That's a lot cheaper for me.
It's a lot cheaper and a lot cooler as well.
So, where have you been since we last spoke? Now, I'm trying to work it out. It must have been February, our last podcast. So I was in a big woolly jumper. It was freezing cold. And here we are now, a few months later.
I think you were
I was,
Northumberland.
And now I'm in Northumberland, and we've got a beautiful, beautiful May bank holiday heat wave.
So you're not working today, obviously?
No. But then I've got to work Tuesday to Saturday this week, which will be a nightmare. But there you go. It's going well. Yeah, it's looking great. It's just hard work. It really is hard work. So, but I'm halfway through now.
Amazing. We'll be up to see you soon.
Yes, not long.
We're coming to Morpeth to check out Morpeth in our little rented from Fee's Brothers cream open top mini, which if the weather stays like this would be amazing.
And Northumbria is beautiful. There's so many fantastic places. You're going to love it.
It's going to be great to
And you
tour.
have like the coastline is just stunning. And then you've got some beautiful countryside as you come more inland. Some really lovely pubs. But I have been to one bar since I arrived, 2.5 months ago, and that was on Saturday. I had a lovely gin and tonic
Busy.
with James in a place, I think it's called the Toll Bar. So it's a tiny little bar just before the little bridge as you walk into Morpeth or go into Morpeth. And I would say there's potentially about 7 tables in there and some standing room at the bar. And I had a lovely Hendrick's gin, it had a white bottle, white Hendrick's gin.
Nice.
Which has a little twist of orange in it, apparently. Beautiful.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check that. Is it even smaller than that place we went into when we got to Hartlepool?
I would.
And they were having
Yeah, no, gosh,
because
that was quite traumatic, wasn't it? I think it's a little bigger than that, a little bit, but it's really quite nice. Although I have to say, it did have a little bit of smell of toilet bleach coming in from the side, so I was reminded of the She Bar, the last time we went there.
Yeah,
So
smoking was good for pubs. It just blocked out those kind of smells. I didn't have a problem with smoking in pubs because I just liked the smell of it. I didn't like the fact that you would walk in and all your clothes would stink the next day and your hair would just But
everything.
Other than that, it just had a bit more atmosphere to it. Unless you've got an open fire and you've got the smell of the fire going. But it can feel like the She Bar and some other pubs, just a bit too clinical.
Absolutely. But so that sort of was a shame to smell that. But it was a lovely little bar. I really enjoyed the drink. Then we walked back and had a little barbecue.
Out when we come up.
Yeah, when you come up, you'll definitely go in there for one. Well, there's a new Irish bar opening. It's called Paddy's, so I'm presuming it's Irish. And I think we need a drink in there to celebrate me getting my Irish citizenship and passport. Oh, I got my green T-shirt on to celebrate today. But basically, it's a beautiful building in Morpeth. And apparently, there were 3 bars in this building, I was told over the weekend.
Yeah.
Now it's being converted. I don't know if Paddy's are going to stick to that layout or have just one large bar, but it's just a beautiful brick-built building. And I just imagine, it wouldn't be out of place in Shoreditch kind of vibe. So looking forward to you coming up and we'll go there.
How far are you out of Morpeth? Are you in Morpeth? You're just on the outskirts?
I'm on the outskirts. So to walk in takes me about 35 minutes. So it's not too bad. Right. But I do have my electric bike, obviously, but I won't drink and drive.
No, because those electric bikes are pretty powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a busy main road here, so it's not the best way to go. But walking, it's fine. It's an enjoyable walk.
We'll have a little mini as well, so we can have a little...
Yeah.
Hootling in the car. So that's next month. I think since we spoke last, I've been... Fee, I and our friend finished our Thames walk.
Okay.
We actually finished. We've now walked 184 miles over 6 years.
That's amazing. Well done.
And the last couple of days were brilliant. We walked 27 miles, which was quite hard going. We thought the second day was going to be 12 miles. That's what it said in the book, but it ended up being about 14 and a half. So we were desperate to find the source of the Thames, which ended up being completely bone dry, but that's fine.
Gosh.
We were looking for it in a field, and we just followed some people and we found it. But we stayed in some lovely pubs in Lechlade and Cricklade and at the end of the Thames, which is the Thames Head Inn, which was just gorgeous.
Lechlade and what?
Cricklade.
I've never heard of that.
We stayed in the Riverside pub in Lechlade, which is where we'd finished our previous walk. We stayed there overnight, so we got an early start the next morning. And then we went from Lechlade to Cricklade, which was about, 12 miles, 12 and a half, nearly 13 miles. And then the next day we went from Cricklade, stayed overnight there at a pub called the Red Lion, which is very nice, had bands on and it was nice, very nice, good beer. And then we went Cricklade to the Source. And then we stayed, which is quite near Kemble. was very near Kemble in Gloucestershire. And then we stayed overnight there at the Thames Head Inn, had a few beers and
That
a
sounds rather wonderful.
celebratory. Yeah, because the Thames was just getting narrower, 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 and it just dried out. And then it disappeared. Then it goes underneath a couple of fields, so you're just walking with no river. And then eventually there's, at the end of a field, it's got a load of bricks, or stones, more like brick, it's more stones than bricks, in a circle. And usually when the weather's wet, the Thames is kind of gushing out there. It's just in a field. And then there's like, well, it looks like a headstone actually, exactly like a headstone, but it's got a plaque on it to say this is the source of the Thames. So it seems that the Thames starts there and it just goes under 2 fields, and then eventually it goes into a stream, and then of course it gets wider and wider, and then...
It's incredible. So, and have you been mudlarking in the Thames as well, or is that completely separate? You don't do that when you're walking?
I didn't mudlark down that way. Now my permit's run out.
No, matey.
I know, I'm gutted.
Are you going to renew it?
You can't renew it. The waiting list is 10,000.
Oh my gosh.
And they only give out 4,000. And so I can't even get on the waiting list for a new one, so that's a bit gutting.
It's crazy. So did you have to show your permit when you had it?
I never have had to show my permit. So if you're walking around Wapping, there's not many people around there.
And I wouldn't go up to someone and say, "Excuse me, have you got your permit? Can I see your permit, please?"
Well, some of the seasoned mudlarkers, when I was down near Southwark and Tower Bridge, or not Tower Bridge, London Bridge, they very subtly ask you, they go, "How long have you had your permit for?"
Oh.
Yeah. It's quite a competitive market, this mudlarking thing. You've got people who kind of like go, you know, what have you picked up? What are you looking at? Have you got something older than me? That kind of thing.
That's amazing.
But yeah, if you read the comments from the Port, because the Port of London Authority on their Instagram said we were out checking permits yesterday, and there was this big stream of conversation underneath it going, "It's outrageous, da 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 da. I haven't been able to renew my permit, and some people renew it, they never use it, and da da da, and it's got far too popular. Years ago, before it was on Instagram, I could get my permit no problem, and now these Instagram people have got a permit because they've seen the main mudlarker Lara on Instagram promoting it." And Stanley Tucci was talking about it the other day. He's apparently a mudlarker. So of course then it becomes even more popular. But I mean, it would be fair, I think, that it may be controversial that they only give out permits to people maybe living in London, based in London. Because otherwise, if you're giving out a permit for a year, because they're only like 35 quid. So somebody who lives way out of London may say, "Oh, I fancy a permit, and I live in, you know, South Wales."
Yeah.
And then they may just go once, and then just to say, "Oh, I've been." And then that's just taking one permit out. But maybe controversial, but I think, you know, you can, apparently it's a bit underhand in some ways, because you can renew your permit if you can prove that you've found X amount of valuable stuff in the year. So, you know, you found a Roman coin, or you've found, I don't know, something that's really valuable. And then if you can kind of prove this, is okay, you're obviously got a decent eye, you're a good mudlarker. But apparently this is underhand business. So some people are passing stuff to other people, you know, kind of like swapsies. And then they're saying, "Oh, look, I found this," and they hadn't actually found it. And then the people who hand out the permits go, "Oh, well, he's obviously a good mudlarker." And it's actually his mate who's a super good mudlarker.
Well, I feel there's the making of a good drama and detective TV show here, matey.
And the underhandness of it.
Yeah, the criminal element of mudlarking.
I haven't got one, so I'm a bit. Apparently, you get a £5,000 fine if you get caught.
My God!
I know, it's such a serious business.
Crazy.
But I have got plenty of stuff that I found all the clay pipes I need. I've got them all to match my little key thing that was in the book, from the oldest to the more recent ones. But other than that, so yes, so my mudlarking's on hold until I can possibly get a new.
But that gives you more time for pubs and restaurants then, matey.
Yes, matey. So yeah, I put that on the back burner a bit. I'd neglected it. So I've been to a few nice places, eat and drink.
Yes, and I also remember you went on a lesbian walking holiday, which sounded rather good.
Well, I don't think the straight Americans would see it on that. Who are
Everyone in their rambling gear.
But out of 12, I would say it was about half and half actually. Now maybe, yeah, I'd say it was about half and half.
And where did you go?
Half gay brigade, half the straight brigade. The Turquoise Coast in Turkey.
Very nice.
And it was great. Our tour leader she was called Zep, ZEP, and she was a great character. And we went to watch her play darts some evenings because she was in a darts league in the local town.
Very good.
And it was really nice because she actually wanted to hang out with us after working hours, so she was fun and she liked to drink.
Well, that would give her sort of lesbian points, darts and drinking, surely.
Yeah, we thought, but then she was quite obsessed with one of the guys in the bar, so we thought that was
How disappointing.
It was a bit, but she was great fun, and it was a beautiful area, and the sun was out, and we didn't walk too far, about 6k, 7, 8k maybe a day. But it's quite rocky, it was a bit up and down. So I would recommend Turkey. It's pricey though.
Is it?
It's like the main meal was like 25 quid. It's like a London prices.
Wow, okay.
Pint of beer, about 6 quid. Well, it's like Greece is so much cheaper, but...
Go back to, well, let's return to Bulgaria. I'd love to go back there, although since they've won the Eurovision Song Contest, I imagine it's going to go a bit crazy over there.
I think it will be. And they'll be charging more than 50p for a pint, like when you were there.
Totally.
Oh, God, I did love that. But I wonder where they'll probably have the final in Sofia then.
It's got to be Sofia, yeah.
I love Sofia.
Yeah, I really want to go back. Now I've got my little passport, I could go for longer.
You're free to roam.
Yes. And so once this job ends, beginning of August, this job's over, I'll have a little bit of money to live on in the bank and then see what happens. Because, sorry, you go.
There's the fact that you happen to be working with one of our neighbours' friends.
That was really weird. Yeah.
What a small world.
Incredible. Yeah. I have to say, everyone up here either called Ellie, Ella. There's so many of them, Ellie, Ella's kind of names. But I knew, I actually won't mention her surname. But yeah, so somebody in my costume department is a friend of your neighbour. I mean, that's just weird.
It's completely random. Because my neighbour I said to my neighbour, we're just going to go up to Northumberland in the summer. She went, whereabouts? And I said, and she said, my friend's working up there. Because I said, my friend's working up there on a show. And she said, so is my friend. And then it happens to be the same show. And I'm sure there's more than one show being filmed up your way, but it's a small world.
Yes, there are a couple of shows up here. But yeah, it's a very small world. So
when that's over, you'll be off. Do you plan?
Yeah, I mean, I leave here August. So I've got a few things I want to do work-wise, but I just don't know where I'm going to be based. This country is just so expensive, and I don't want all my hard-earned funds going down the Swanee on rent. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to do yet.
Bulgaria it is, or Albania.
I wouldn't mind trying that as well, yeah.
It used to be very nice.
So we'll see. We'll see what's in store. But exciting times ahead, really.
So you'll be there till August?
Yeah, August the 7th, I leave. But yeah, and so I'll be in London in August. We'll have to meet up for a little drink. Go out somewhere for a little catch up and a belated birthday, matey. I'm so sorry I forgot your birthday. I think it's the first time ever because I was just so manic, didn't even give anything a thought.
Don't worry, matey.
Was it a bank holiday? When was it?
It was the last bank holiday weekend, which was also actually it was on a Friday and it was as sunny as it is today. So I've been very lucky. Went for a nice meal.
Where did you go?
Called Lena Cantina, because Fee was doing a surprise birthday kind of thing, so a surprise birthday day. So I went to the new V&A in Stratford museum, which was very nice. And Alan Cath happened to pop up from nowhere, so that was nice. Then went into town and went to the Lamb and Flag for a pint.
Very good.
And then went to a restaurant called Lena
I didn't know that. Is that
Hong
new?
Garden. And then the theme of the Lima Cantina was Lima, Peru. And then we went to see Paddington the musical.
Oh, very good. Feet
I
did a lot
love,
of planning.
I love that. And then in the meantime, I knew that my brother and his wife were going to go and see Shadowlands, which is in the Aldwych Theatre.
Hmm.
Oh, well, they're close by. And Fee said, oh, no, I've been in touch with them. We can't make it work because timings and everything. I was like, oh, it's a shame. Not that I knew that we were doing, but I knew that we were going to be in town. And then we went to Rule's restaurant for a cocktail. Because if you go
Okay.
to Rule's, they don't kind of advertise a cocktail bar from the outside, but you can go in there. If you know the cocktail bars upstairs, they do great cocktails. £18, which is a lot cheaper than the Savoy, which are £25 for
Good
cocktails.
God.
Way too much. So Rules is such a beautiful bar. Went there, and then my brother and his wife Jan walked in. So I was like,
Very
oh,
good.
had a quick drink, and then we went to Paddington. So
Amazing.
nice, eating and drinking. So
That sounds lovely. I think I was just working so hard. Yeah, really sorry I forgot. But
don't you
we'll
worry,
make up for it when I see you.
we'll celebrate
Um,
your birthday as well because I don't think we've seen you since then.
yes, I did absolutely nothing on my birthday, I don't think. Yeah, because I was up here.
And you hadn't been very well either. I think you had a cough, you had a bad chest cough,
Yeah,
maybe.
I was a bit unwell in March when I arrived. Yes, that's true. Well remembered. So yeah, no, we'll celebrate then, and hopefully the summer will be staying. You know,
Oh, mate. Have you got the girls coming over to see you? Hopefully.
I Lily is meant to be coming up so they both finish uni for the
Are
summer
they?
now. Well, Lily's finished for good. She handed in her dissertation, thankfully, I think about 2 weeks ago now. But the day before, she called me up crying because the online portal was going horribly wrong with her whole dissertation, and it wouldn't upload. So I was under pressure to sort it, and thankfully did. So that was a
Go on,
real
well
relief.
done.
Yeah, and then she's uploaded it and done, and now she's finished. She's off to Rhodes with her boyfriend Joel in June, and then
Nice.
I think in July she's going to come up here, hopefully, just for a few days.
Great.
And Florence, I probably won't see until maybe August or September, but we'll see. But we're in touch all the time. Yeah, but I can't believe her first year at Liverpool's done. Honestly,
Yes. Oh my God. I
where's the
met her
time
from
gone?
Liverpool this weekend and she was talking about all the great music venues and bars and restaurants and
Oh, we'd have
pubs.
to go. It's just
I've
amazing
been
there.
there once or twice, so I'd love to go back.
Well, I'm planning to go in September, so we could always have a look at trying to sort that
Oh
out.
yeah, okay.
Because to see Florence, and then yeah, I mean, there's some amazing places for food and drinks, so it could be really nice.
I bet she's
Could
had
be
a great
lovely.
time there. It's good clubbing area. I went clubbing recently, matey.
Was that the daytime clubbing that I missed because
Went
I was
day
unwell?
day fever, and which was great actually. It starts off a little bit slow, and then it just builds 80s, and then they do the 90s, and then the 2000s. Got really good DJ at the end of
Wow.
it. Really, I can't remember the music, but even the stuff from like Train Spotting, was it under? So they got
Underworld.
Underworld,
Yeah.
but a lot of the 90s dance music, a lot of the
Hmm.
early 2000s stuff that we went out to. So
And did you drink daytime? Did you have a drink
we
there?
did, yeah, we did. So we got there at 3, I think. So yeah, we had a good few drinks. It was in that Outranet, which
Okay.
you've been to a
Yeah.
club there or something, haven't you?
Yeah, it's
Which
cool
is
actually.
right.
Cool little venue.
So we went
Well, that's
there
cool.
and so we did that one, and then more recently, the last a few weeks ago, Fee and I and Claire and Nick went to Annie Mac, which was called Before Midnight.
Okay, she's great. I love Annie Mac.
She is, but I didn't enjoy it as much as Day Fever.
Okay,
I thought the
controversial.
music was with Day Fever. You've got the mixes are really good. They did
Hmm.
really good mixes of stuff that you knew. But to be honest, I didn't. I wasn't weren't so keen.
Well,
Controversial.
Yes,
It was
but
kind of
interesting.
more, rather than build it, and oh, I know this tune and that tune tunes into something else, but
Yeah.
recognizable tunes. Maybe it's just because I'm getting a bit older, but she's not any, you know,
She's not a
she's
spring chicken, I think you were going to
she's doing
say.
well.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but the crowd were, whereas the Day Fever crowd were very much kind of 40s, 50s, 60s age group. There's quite a lot of younger people here, and it was
yeah.
packed. It's an
Where was the venue? Where did you go?
venue, Actionet.
Ah, okay.
So it was, yeah, it didn't get the kind of real dancey
Yeah.
kind of. It was more of a kind of a. To be honest, a lot of it sounded the same, which makes me sound really old. But it did sound the same. Whereas Day Fever was all the different
Different from, yeah.
eras, and the graphics were brilliant. All the different kind of kids skateboarding in the 70s and 80s, and
Oh, cool.
adverts and stuff that on there.
So
Great.
maybe Annie Mac played more contemporary music that you didn't know, and that always makes a difference, isn't
Yeah,
it? When you're listening to music you actually
it
know and
was
love.
it was
It's
quite
great.
different. So, but before we went there, I think all of us preferred this part of the night. Actually, we went into Soho, and there's a Greek Souvlaki bar
Yep, yep.
on Bateman Street. It used to be a cafe, an Italian cafe back in the day. And it's just a long, it's not long, it's only about 10 tables in there, I think. They're quite thin. We went in there, and the waitress, young waitress, she was brilliant. So we had like a gyros thing and a wrap, whatever, and a couple of beers. And then she must have been in about 30s. And then she said at the sort of towards the end, she went, "Oh, who wants a drink?" And we're like, she goes, "Oh, this one's on me." And we're like, "What?" She got us a round of drinks, and we're like, "You can't do that." She goes, "Yes, I can. It's fine." So she got us a round of drinks for free
Amazing.
on the restaurant. And then we were kind of like, oh God, we've got to go clubbing in a minute. But we were kind of in the mood that we just kind of felt like just sitting there and just chatting. And she goes, "We need to get you in the mood." And we're like, "Yeah, we do need to be up." And she goes, "Follow me." So we paid the bill. And then it was just her and there's another waitress. It was so laid back in there. And it was busy-ish, but not too hectic. And she goes, "Oh, come with me." So we left the restaurant. She goes, "Come to this bar downstairs." So we came out of the bar and then we turned right, and there was just a little alleyway, shifty alleyway, and then there was a door. And then she goes, and it used to be a strip club back in the 80s, 90s, whatever, maybe 2000. But one of those places you don't see in Soho anymore, really like dingy, sort of lino steps on the way, just old and not been touched for ages. Still had the pole dancing thing in the basement. And then she goes, "What do you all want?" And she goes, "Who wants a shot?" So
Amazing.
the restaurant and the bar weren't related, but they obviously knew each other really well. So she said to the barman, this older barman, "Okay, they're going to have whatever." So they all go see Jaeger shots or whatever.
Oh, lethal.
So there were four of us and her. She had one as well. So they lined them up, and we had a shot. And then she goes, "Great, have a
You
great
go.
evening." We went back to work,
That's brilliant.
and we went on to the club.
What a
But
what
we
a
had a little look around this bar. I mean, it was one of those a bit neon lighty, a bit kind of
That's so
just those
cool.
bars that you used to see all the time in Soho, which are now generally a swanky wine bar or so.
Like Black Books. We'll have to go back to
Yeah,
Black
it was a bit
Books.
like that. It looks a very much smaller version of that.
Yeah, really
A
like
lot,
that place.
it could have been in the 80s or
So
whatever.
cool. Well,
They're
the thing
cool.
about Black Books is they charged for water. They charged for tap
And
water.
that's actually illegal.
That's just
It
outrageous,
is
isn't it?
illegal. You're not allowed to charge for tap water.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they kind of do it as a sort of cover charge, don't
Yeah, it's
they?
like a cover charge for, yeah, that's it.
Well,
But
just say it's a cover charge. I mean, the amount that they charge for wines now is.
yes, it's
I mean, it's just because
outrageous.
all the rates are so
Well, I
high.
think because I haven't been out apart from Saturday and we only had two drinks. And then, even then, that was like a double Hendrix for £6, which is pretty damn good. But because I haven't been going out, so therefore the prices, the rank wine and the expense of drinking out hasn't. I've just been saving up my spondoolies, matey. So I'm going to have a little bundle. Yeah, I just
£8 for a pint.
I'd rather get
for a
a nice
shandy
bottle of
yesterday.
wine. You had a shandy?
I had a pint of shandy yesterday afternoon because it was boiling and it was the day after the wedding, so I was all right actually, but I thought I won't keep drinking loads in the sun. It'll get the worst of me. So I had a pint of shandy and it was £7.25.
No effing way. You
£7.25.
are kidding me.
Pint of shandy. I thought, I think the pint of the lager would have been about that, but I didn't quibble it. It's like, whatever.
Unbelievable.
Surely if you had a half of lager and a glass of lemonade,
It's not going to be £7
it's not going to
something.
be £7.25.
Come on, name and shame them. Where were you?
The Feeney in Chelsea.
Just unbelievable.
I know.
Wow.
I was like, okay, maybe I should have just had a pint because it probably would have been the same price.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're getting a double Hendrix for £6. I'm getting a pint of shandy for £7.25.
Stick to Morpeth, matey. Stick to Morpeth.
Well, our money will go a lot further when we come up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to exploring a bit when you come up, and we can go out for dinner. We can have a barbecue. Yeah, nice little garden here.
And the World Cup will be on.
I know. I think those games are all either 9 p.m. or midnight, I think, or 2 a.m. as well. So some of them I won't be able to, with work, I won't be able to stay up, but hopefully we'll have 9 p.m. fixtures.
Hopefully, when we're up, because we're going to be with you on a weekend, aren't we?
Yeah.
Over a weekend.
Oh, we'll have to look at all of that then.
I'm working I see the first England match. I think it may be against Croatia. I'm working that night, sadly.
Okay.
But hopefully I'll have to put the other ones in the diary and be able to watch them. But I'll check in my Filofax just in case when we're up, that if England happen to get further, they may put some games on.
Well, I can't wait.
Games on anyway, won't they? Whatever.
I think Portugal will win.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm going to put a little bet on.
Ronaldo is still in the team, isn't he?
Yeah, I think it's his sixth World Cup. Unbelievable.
6th World Cup.
Yeah, I think so. Unbelievable. And I think they're going to win. But yeah. And so we'll have some tennis soon as well. I guess Wimbledon will be just finished when you come up, I think.
I don't know. It may be Oh, actually, I've got no, the ladies' final.
Is it the day you're here?
Is the day I'm here.
Oh, wow.
We're with you the weekend of the 11th and 12th of July.
Is that the finals weekend?
And that's the finals weekend.
Well, there you go, matey, then. We'll have to...
I've got Wimbledon ladies' final, underneath written Northumberland matey. And then Sunday, Wimbledon men's final, and it's just got matey written there. So
well, there you go. We'll be having barbecues, watching the tennis. And
we get to you on the Saturday.
Yeah. Well, you need to arrive early then before the tennis starts. Is that 1 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay.
If they go with tradition, and then the men's. So long as Sabalenka's in the final, I'll be happy. If she's not, I'll be grumpy.
She's pushing out for. She's not happy about pay, is she? She's pushing for equality and equal pay a lot, I think. So
yes.
I
think especially not for her and her level, but for it to trickle down to the people in the challenger events and the lower level.
Yeah.
Because I read that book called Racket by Connor Nielsen.
Yeah.
Which is basically documenting the life of a tennis professional, but before they get to the higher rank, going around the challenger tour, because you've got to just slog your guts out, flying here, flying there. You've got to, without having the money, it's like you and your coach, and you've got to get to a certain ranking points, haven't you, before you get into the main draw. So you've got to be in the top 200 or something.
Wow.
If you're out of the top 200, trying to get into the top 200, you're on this challenger tour. And then you are, I mean, it was soul destroying, some of the stories that he would say.
Oh, I'm going to have to read that, I think. I'd enjoy that book.
It's brilliant. One day you'll be in, you know, Korea, and you're slogging it out at some tournament with two people, you know, and a dog watching you. And then you may get to a certain round, maybe that's the third round, you'll have a few quid, and you know, your points, your ranking may go up a little bit. Then the next day you've got to fly to Spain for another challenger tournament, and then you've got to shell out for the, you know, you're sleeping in a bed probably with your coach because you can't afford 2 rooms, and then you've got to have the airfare, and then you've got to go from there to there. You've got to keep travelling back to all these tournaments to kind of slog away, to just go up and up and up, and and they eventually got into the main draws. And there's just some really funny stories. I mean, you know, he'd get so far and then something would happen to him, and then he'd be pushed back, and you just think, oh my God. It made me appreciate just the tennis. When you see the tennis players in the early rounds of Wimbledon, they've slogged their way to get. It's
Excellent.
thankless. It's,
No, I'll definitely read that book, I think. Sounds right up my street.
it's, just, it's
So
hard
then,
work.
therefore, Wimbledon must be starting slightly later than usual.
They do start it a week later now than they used to. 29th of June.
Okay.
It used to be the last week of June, the first week of July, but I think to give them that much space after the French Open.
Right. Okay.
And during that week, I'm going to go see Harry Styles.
Are you? Amazing.
I'm going to see Take That in June and Harry Styles in July.
How fantastic.
Keep my youth going.
Amazing.
Forest Gate Pride is on the same day actually as Take That. So I'm going to go Forest Gate Pride in the afternoon and Take That.
Well, that would be a full-on day for you.
No, I don't know if I can cope with the.
I don't think I can cope with Pride anymore. That Forest Gate Pride I went to a few years ago was just a bit.
They've got a new team.
Okay.
So
Say no more.
Yeah. So I'll let you know.
Yes.
We'll let
Very
you know.
good.
Last year, it was great last year, and it's yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd rather just stay in with and work on AI now, matey. I've sort of turned a
your
corner.
AI is doing really well.
I'm just like obsessed with what I'm learning and what I'm doing. So that's
It's brilliant what that you've done.
for me. Thanks, matey. I've just got to keep going, and it's just learning, you know, and setting up my own business, and then being able to advise others on how to automate their business, that kind of thing. So, and then making the AI little ads and films. I've made a couple recently that have worked out really well. So yeah, it's good. So basically, I feel that it's like not prison up here, but I'm working my arse off and then getting the benefits of a pay packet, and then in my downtime just learning and keeping busy. And it's like, okay, 2.5 months left, and then we'll see what I can do.
That's gonna fly by.
Yeah.
We're nearly in June. It's crazy.
I know. So when does the World Cup kick off?
I think it's the 11th of June.
Okay, so about 2 weeks away.
Is 11th of June? I think I saw that on the TV. So that's a Thursday.
Okay.
I don't know if that's like an opening ceremony or actually you've got games on that day. So that's just in a few weeks' time.
Fantastic.
And then it's on for the final is on the 19th of July.
Okay. So you leave me around the 13th, 14th, so it's that weekend. Okay.
We need not bother ourselves.
Interesting.
That probably England probably won't be.
Yeah.
France are pretty good, aren't they? French.
Yeah.
Their rugby team.
France are pretty good, but I do fancy Portugal, and
So
yeah, we'll see.
So we get into the tail end then, the 11th when we're with you. So there could be, there could be some good quarterfinals maybe around there.
That would be fun, wouldn't it? That really would be fun. Okay. So yeah, we got lots to look forward to.
We have.
And have you got any quirky facts or anything, matey?
You know what? I've got to confess, I don't.
Matey, I have a quirky fact for you. Madri beer, which you seem to find everywhere nowadays in the pub, isn't actually brewed on the streets of Madrid as its branding would suggest, with its red and white label and the guy who looks extremely Spanish on the front. It's actually brewed by Molson Coors in Tadcaster in North Yorkshire. Launching in October 2020 during lockdown, it actually gave drinkers the feeling of being in the sun and on holiday when people are actually unable to travel abroad. So it's a completely manufactured brand and manufactured uninvented brand, and but it tastes good. And it's always served in one of those lovely tulip glasses. So I have no complaints. I enjoy drinking it. But yeah, who'd have thought it? It seems to be from Madrid, but it's actually from Yorkshire.
Hey, this pint is grand. They don't make them like this anymore. Cheers to that, lads.
There's a photographer called Brian Arris who did a lot of photography of George, and he is having an exhibition at a place called the Barnbury in Chelsea, which is only for a week or two, starting next week. Maybe it's starting this week. I know it's this week, maybe. So I have to go over to back over Chelsea way next week, this week. Anyway, so yes, looks like some great pictures of when he was hanging out, sort of Club Tropicana days in.
Amazing.
In what was that place they filmed Club Tropicana?
Pikes in Ibiza.
Have you ever been? I've never been.
No, never been.
I'd love to go.
Amazing. I'd love to go too.
So,
yeah.
Yes,
let us know when you go there. Can you take photos or?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I took went to a Nan Golding.
No, I love Nan Golding. She was one of my favourites. Absolutely love her.
Oh, I saw her exhibition a little while back in a gallery in Mayfair, and it was, oh my God, what was it called? Something of sexual independency. Oh God, I can't remember. Brilliant exhibition. So, but I couldn't take pictures in there. But then that led me on to being then obsessed with her photography, because I just loved that. I looked at more of her.
Yeah, completely. She's.
And then there was a documentary about her. It's on iPlayer, and
I'm gonna have to watch that.
I can't remember that either. I will send it to you. It's something about Nan Golding, but it's not related to her photography, but it's related to her. I think she got hooked on prescription painkillers.
Okay.
So her main thing was the number of people who've been hooked on prescription painkillers because it's been prescribed to them when, oversubscribed, and they've become hooked. And they've become hooked because it's been prescribed, overprescribed these drugs because the pharmaceuticals were making loads of money out of people taking these drugs. And there was the Sackler family, who were very much linked to the Tate Gallery, the Serpentine Gallery had a Sackler Gallery, the National Portrait Gallery had a. So basically what the Sackler family were doing were, because they're so rich, they were giving lots of money to galleries, and then they were naming galleries after them, or particular galleries within galleries, like the Tate. And the Museum of, the Guggenheim in New York, and the Museum of Art or Modern Art in New York. So basically she was thinking, well, this is terrible. The Sacklers are out there. Everybody thinks they're a great family and, really generous. But behind the scenes, they were linked to the drug industry, and they actually they've earned millions and millions from the drug trade of prescription painkillers. So her thing was, to get the galleries to strip their names of the Sackler family because of what they've done, the number of people who've died because of overdoses, or they killed themselves because they've gone into stronger drugs because of that.
Fascinating. Okay.
Oh God, if I could remember the name of it, I'll send you the.
Yeah, I'll definitely look out for that. I do love a bit of Nan Golding.
Interesting about how she went about doing these protests and getting them to,
Amazing. On the other end of the scale, the Loaded documentary and the World Cup 2006. I think there's two of those. You got the BBC. It's on iPlayer about World Cup squad 2006 with Beckham and the like. It's really fascinating. And then I think it was previously on iPlayer, but I've just found it on YouTube. It's around. I think it'd be the 90s era of Loaded magazine, and that whole decade of when Loaded and For Him magazine, and it's like 1995 and whatever. You got Blair and Oasis and all of that. It was just brilliant. So if you haven't seen that, take a look.
And then what was the football one called?
The football one is the World Cup Squad 2006. That's on iPlayer. But just to say to our audience, thank you for listening. Thanks for joining Downtown Hangout. We'll be back in the summer. And we will try to be more consistent when my job is finished. And we can do this a little bit more. Lots of love. And I love that picture. But to your left of the cats. Oh, it's beautiful.
Lovely Abigail. Mabel's downstairs sunbathing.
Yes, she's looking very preened in that shot.
It's lovely.
Or that image. It's lovely. Yeah, it's images. It's not a photo, is it? Or is it?
No, it's a kind of
illustration.
Kind of piece.
Yeah. It's really lovely.
Computer device or whatever.
Very good. On that note, we shall say bye-bye, adios, and see you soon.
Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.